Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to everyone. My name is Muhammad Adam bin Shahruddin and my matrix number is 2018236096. Today, I and four of my friends will be talking about DQS360 for construction management. Our group consists of 5 people, which is Emilia Husna binti Dillah, Nur Fatihah binti Anwar, Siti Nur Shakina binti Ratif, Iman Daniel bin Aziman, and me, Muhammad Adam bin Shahruddin. So for the introduction of this project, all construction project will need a highly skilled construction project manager in order to supervise the project. The manager play a crucial role in making sure that progress of the project runs smoothly. In order to do that, the manager must be capable of leading their team in completing the work. Construction managers have an abundance of responsibilities such as overall project planning, distributing resources, time management, risk management, creating benchmark, managing the budget, managing staff, and managing relationship with key stakeholders. A good construction project manager will have no trouble in managing their team and are able to follow the construction deadline. Plus, they are also able to avoid dispute from arising among their workers since they are able to solve problems related to construction process. For this assignment 1, our group has opted to do a low-cost housing project with reference to room. Now we will look at the example of low-cost housing project that we have chosen. The project is the Kiara apartment at City Alam, sizing around 800 square feet per room. It was built in 2018. The tenure of the project is freehold. The price for each house is around 170,000 ringgit. The pemaju or the client of the project is Bandar City Alam Sdn Bhd. Rumah Selangorku is a low-cost housing scheme catered to low and medium-income families living in Selangor. The objective is to provide affordable homes for the middle-income group in the vicinity of the state. There are 7 types of houses under this scheme, each with different build-ups and price between 42,000 ringgit and 250,000 each. As you can see here, this is the picture of a DKR being constructed, and the next picture is the typical unit layout for the DKR apartment.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Nur Shakina binti Ratif. I will present about Area 1. So basically, our consultant organization chart consists of General Manager, who is SR Muhammad Adam bin Shahruddin. Next, for Head and Design, we have SR Emilia Husna binti Dillah. Next, for Head of Finance, SR Nur Fatihah binti Anwar. Next, for the Head of Supervision, we have SR Iman Daniel bin Aziman, and I, SR Siti Nur Shakina binti Ratif, as the Head of Administration. Next, for the site of organization team force consists of project manager as a leader. Next, we have site architect, site engineer, and their site draftman and site inspector. Next, I'm going to talk about roles and responsibility. Firstly, General Manager. A General Manager is an executive who has overall responsibility for managing both the revenue and cost element of a company's income statement, known as profit and loss responsibility. Secondly, for Head of Design provide a creative vision, not just for design team but the whole organization. Majority roles such as architect, engineer, and the like report under the head of design and in a system of hierarchy. Thirdly, head of finance. Head of finance responsibility include creating forecasting model, assessing risk in investment, and ensuring or accounting activity comply with regulation. Next, head of supervisor. Head of supervisor, or also known as a foreman, boss, overseer, facilitator, monitor, area contractor, or sometimes grafter, is a job title of a low-level management position that is primarily based on authority over a worker or charge of a workplace. Next, head of administration. Head of administration, or also known as a director of administration, is a title or position in an organization in which tasks with coordinating daily operation function, streamlining management system. The human resource or HR report under the head of administration, and it plays a crucial role in organization. Lastly, project manager. Project manager, with the help of their team, is in charge with multiple responsibility that span 5 project phase of project life cycle, such as planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing out project. He is accountable for entire project scope, the project team and resources, the project budget, and the success of or failure of the project. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Emil Hussein Ahmedillah. I will present of area 2. Okay, I will briefing on overall site management. Managing the design and construction of a specific project to create an architectural and construction program at the lowest cost to the owner while maintaining a suitable profit margin to the participant. The integration of various autonomous fractions through planning, coordinating and controlling is the primary role of managing the design and construction process as it is now structured. The owner's management function may be undertaken by the owner, outsourced to the contractor, the architect, or an independent third party, or a combination of the two. Construction management is more than a set of procedure. It is a method of constructing a facility at the lowest cost possible. Construction management success is gained through planning, organizing and controlling. Hence, the construction manager must be familiar with modern management approaches. It is necessary to be able to coordinate the action of all parties to keep control of the contract interface, expedite development, and reach sensible judgment fast. The construction manager is an agent of the owner, a relationship that has legal and operational ramification for construction management. The reason why site management and controlling are important in construction is to control the cost. Another factor is better control of construction costs through the design phase. Designer used to create bid document without having true, accurate cost information. If the bids obtained were too exorbitant, the owner had two options, which is increase the budget, typically using his or her contingency, or redesign the project. Due to the requirement to stick to an owner's budget, design professionals have recently been forced to make statements of likely building costs at various stages of their basic services. The objective to having a good site management is within a given amount of time, the task must be completed. The estimate project expenses against benefit will allow for reward or profits within criteria that measure standard accomplishes versus standard demanded or specific. Quality completion is necessary. To meet the schedule, cost and quality objective, project performance is essential. Okay, there are 7 important things that should need to consider and control, which is, the first one is controlling the site schedule. Contractual agreement will demand attention to timetables because construction often entails a deadline for task completion. Actually, Activity duration can be compared to the projected duration in the same way that actual expenses are compared to planned costs. Forecasting the time it will take to perform operation may be necessary in this procedure. Okay, the second one is controlling the cash flow of a project. Costs incur, billing and receipt for billing to owners for contractor, payable amount to supplier and contractor, financing plan, cash flow for bond or other financial instrument, and so on are all included to control the cash flow of the project. Okay, the third one is schedule and budget updates. Scheduling and project planning are activities that go on for the duration of a project. The project timeline and cost estimates should be adjusted and new schedule produced as modification or inconsistency between the plan and the actuality occur. Too often, the schedule is created once by the central office planner and the adjustment or modification are made haphazardly or infrequently. As a result, there is a lack of effective project monitoring and the potential for predominance on the job site. Okay, number 4, project resource management. The task of allocating the proper number of resources on a regular basis. The project is time consuming. Project manager must ensure that sufficient resources are available. All project action that were scheduled in advance are used, and if the jobs are being performed by either too few or too many employees, it will be causing problem. And if project managers' obligation to level these resources out and keep a proper quantity of resources dedicated to the task, it is not cost effective to maintain more resources on hand. If they aren't going to be utilized again, remove them from the project. Okay, number 5, controlling project costs. Controlling project costs is all project-related expenditure that are incurred against anticipated project cost item must be captured, tracked, and controlled by the project manager. All the costs must be accounted for against the project, whether there are project timesheet, hardware, or travel charge. This gives a fair estimate of how much the project costs the company in the end. It also aids in determining how well the project was planned. Okay, number 6, works and material specification. Work quality specification are an important aspect of facility design. Part of the document required to define a facility are specification of required quality and components. This documentation usually includes any unique feature of the facility design as well as reference to industry standard specification to be followed during construction. And the last one is safety. Safety, various measures are available to increase building site safety. Several of the most important occur prior to the start of construction. Design and technology selection and education are among them. Specific structure can be made safer or more hazardous to build by changing facility design. Example, SOP that need to follow on site, which is wearing hard hat and eye protection on site, requiring hearing protection near loud equipment, ensuring safety shoes for workers, and the last but not least, providing first aid supplies and trained personnel on site. Okay, the conclusion is construction management is not a new concept, but it has only recently become a dominant force in the industry. It has emerged as a new profession because of economic difficulties and a lack of clear project leadership within the construction sector. Construction management, on the other hand, has succeeded where others have failed. It only incorporates current management approaches and improve construction control. but it also works within the confines of today's construction sector by preserving control over the specialized activities of a design professional and contractors. Construction management provides a feasible means to deliver a project that fits an owner's individual preference and specific project requirement, since the construction management principle can be easily applied to practically any construction project.
Next, I will be explaining about method of statement. Method of statement chosen is concrete work. The definition is this method covers the following item: concrete installation and testing for all elements, which is part 1 of the concrete work method statement. The component made of concrete, missing concrete, testing of concrete, formwork for the foundation, skeleton elements formwork, and the order in which all elements should be completed. Next is the procedure. First is the drawing approval. All shop design for the elements to be completed must be approved before the element preparation and casting procedure may begin. Second is the excavation. Excavation must follow the approved method statement and the excavation sequence based on the availability of the site. And next is excavation slope must be in accordance with safe slopes. The third is materials. Concrete individuals materials. Elaborated tests on concrete mixed materials shall be performed for categorization as described in the specification and to confirm that materials come from with the standard defined in the technical specification and codes during concrete mixing and preparation. The fourth in procedure is the pouring and compaction. The concrete should be poured in layers that are equally spaced, and vibrator will be used to condense the layers. The fifth is formwork and false work. For the engineer reviews, comment approval, shop drawing illustrating the specific of form and false work for the various foundation kinds and measurement must be submitted. The lastly is the concrete curing. The agreed quality plan must be followed when curing the concrete. The third is responsibilities. First, the site supervisor, responsible for all concrete works operation. Second, engineer on the job, responsible for concrete operation. The third is inspector, responsible for all the land surveying work to provide the true lines, levels, and grids shown on the approved foundation drawings. The fourth is inspect the site, responsible for inspecting the work according to the defined qualities required. The fifth is officer in charge of safety, responsible for safety, security, and environmental aspect. The fourth is equipment. Number of equipment mentioned in this section is minimum. Exact number shall be defined based on the exact quantities to be poured per day or per item. Batch plan, numbering 1. Truck mixer 5 to 8 or more. Mobile pump is 1. Vibrators numbering 2 or more. Slump test is 2. And concrete cylinder cube 24 or more. The fifth is health, safety, security, and environmental control. The process of the approved safety plan must be regularly followed. All workers must use appropriate safety equipment in accordance with the approved safety plan. Men working in excavated areas must be protected from earthslide by using appropriate safe slopes. Workmen must not walk too close to the excavation edge, so warning tape must be utilized. When and where necessary, fencing, guards, lighting, and warning signs shall be employed for the protection of workers as well as the safety and convenience of the public. All required emergency measures must be followed. And lastly, all equipment must be equipped with safety features. Next, this is a simple drawing of a site layout plan of a proposed construction site. The proposed building to construct is located in the middle of the site. The site office, site cabin, water tank, and visitor parking area is located on the east side of the site. The material storage area and location of plant and machineries is located on the north side of the site. The variety of storage area are located far from the area which majority of non-workers such as consultants and lights located is to prevent any incidents to occur. Other than that, the storage area are located next to each other to keep the site clean and tidy in case of the site being evaluated by the CIDB.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Fatah binti Anwar. Today I will present about Area 3. There are 4 questions in Area 3. The first question is scopes of work of construction manager. As we all know, an efficient project manager is a must in every construction project. This is because project manager plays crucial roles in making sure that the construction process goes smoothly and the construction will be finished on time. In order to do that, there are many scopes of work of construction manager that should be applied. First, project manager should play an interpersonal role. This means that the project manager should be able to organize the workflow and their workers in effective ways so that the construction process will be done in the agreed time. Plus, when the team is carefully organized, the possibility of misunderstanding to happen will be lessened. Furthermore, a project manager also must act as an advisor. They should come up with brilliant solutions to every problem regarding the project. In order to achieve this, the manager ought to be a critically thinking person as their decisions is to be followed by all the workers. Apart from that, a project manager also should be the cost, time and quality controller. They must oversee all the workers' work done to ensure their works comply with the quality needed by the client. Besides, they also must make sure that the cost is within the client's budget. This means that the manager should regularly supervise the workflow of the quantity surveyors to ensure that there will be no miscalculation and errors. Secondly, project manager is also required to play informational role. This means that the manager ought to examine the work done by the employees to ensure that the work is done in the correct manner in the highest quality. The construction manager also should appraise the employees according to their achievements. By doing this, the employees will be motivated to do their work diligently and it will also create a harmony work situation among the manager and the employees. Besides, the manager also got to be the producer of information and report. This means whenever there are problems in the work process, for example, insufficient information in the drawing, the construction manager is the sole person responsible to get the correct information from the architect. They are also expected to produce the report to the client regarding the process of the work. The third scope of work of project manager is the decisional role. This means that the project manager should be a supervisor and monitor the employee. Furthermore, the manager shall play the role of procurer and arbitrator. Whenever problems arise among the employees, the manager should be the one to ease the tension. This is because the construction manager has enough power to prevent the problem from worsen. By doing this, the work surrounding will be in harmony. Apart from that, if the employees had done any problems that will affect the work, the manager should be the one to reprimand him for his action. The second question is necessary skills of project manager that is needed to enable them to carry job. The first skill is good communication skill. A good project manager should have an exceptional communication skill. This is because to ensure that the project runs smoothly, the manager should be able to communicate and order the employees to do the works. They are able to give orders that will be willingly followed by the employees. By having a good communication skill, the manager will be able to put together their staff to exchange ideas and knowledge in doing works. The second skill is problem solving. Project manager is responsible in finding the solution to problems regarding the works as they will be the person responsible in making the decision for the team. The manager's decision will affect the work progress and also the workers. Hence, they must be able to make a logical decision regardless of any problems encountered. The managers must be responsible for every decision they make as all the workers depends on them. The third skill is the adaptability. Usually, in most organizations, There will be a lot of employees, all with different characteristics and expertise. An excellent project manager should have the skill to adapt to the work environment regardless of the employees they got to work with the project. They should be able to dictate the employees and their skills so that they can assign the employees in according to their expertise. By doing that, there will be no waste of resources. Plus, the work progress will be done quicker. The third question is the motivation theory that is needed to approach to motivate management team. Content theory of motivation is the best approach to motivate the management team. The Hesberg's two-factor theory is chosen. This is because this theory is suitable mostly to white-collar and professional employees. Since the aim is to motivate management team, this theory is the most suitable as it is catered to the needs of the team. Apart from that, this theory also enables the company to focus on the problems of the management team. By using this theory, company can detect the employees' problems and make sure that the factors which dissatisfy the team can be reduced, thus making the environment employee-friendly. Besides, this theory also treated money as secondary. This is because it emphasizes on other factors such as job promotion and recognition. This makes this theory suitable for the management team because employees in this team crave job promotion more than money. By getting job promotion, it will make their work profile more interesting since they are on the professional team of the company. The fourth and the last question is challenges of managing the project and the appropriate actions that should be taken by the construction managers during COVID-19. The first challenge of managing the project is to make sure that the project will be completed. Since there is MCO, no construction work is allowed, hence it will take more time to complete the work. Appropriate actions that should be taken by the manager is applying for EOT quickly to avoid delay that might cause the company to file a lawsuit. The second challenge is making sure the health of foreign workers in the site. As we all know, it is important for the company to make sure that the workers are free from COVID-19. They have to pay extra attention in supervising their workers to follow the SOP. In order to make sure all the site workers abide by the SOP, the manager should appoint a site manager that could supervise the workers. They also could reprimand the workers for their wrongdoings.
Okay, my name is Iman Daniel, and I will talk about the area form. In area form, it is divided into two parts, which is controlling and also the software. So, first of all, I will briefly talk about what is controlling. Controlling is actually directly related to the planning, or basically, in the long words, it's a continuous process of planning and replanning over and over again. So there are four types of controlling process, which are established performance standard, measuring actual performance, comparing measuring performance against the established standard, and also the last one is taking corrective actions. Okay, move to the main topic, which is the types of controlling, as in the question. So in the question is asked about suggest a types of controlling that we use in the project. So as we all know, there are three types of controlling, which are feedback controls, concurrent controls, and also feedback controls. So the one that we decide to choose and we pick is concurrent control. Why we choose concurrent control is because, for example, the feedback, it will take a long time for us to learn from our mistake, and if we learn from our mistake, we must first feel the failure first before we manage to learn from it. However, if the feed forward is different compared to the feedback, because the feed forward is basically what is not happening yet, or basically there are thousands or nearly infinity possibility that can be occur. So it will take a lot of things that we must think, even the things is not happen yet. So why we decide to choose concurrent controls is because concurrent controls is easier as the incident of something happen, we can decide immediately. So when we decide immediately, there are no such thing as delay, or even the delay might happen, it will not take really long time compared to the others. Okay, so move to the last topic, which is the software. So the software that we choose and we decide to use is the Microsoft project. So what is the features of the Microsoft project is the application can create a critical path schedule, a critical chain, and also the event chain methodology. Third party can also be added on as available. And there are 3 versions of the Microsoft project, which are 2010, 2003, 2013, and 2016. Okay, as we all know, if there are pros, there are cons. When there is black, there is white. So what is the pros and the cons of the Microsoft project? So I will talk about the cons first. There are 2 major cons which are required training. Why is required training? Because it is not a friendly user for the first timer or for the newbie. And the second is cost constraint. It is available as on a Premier or cloud based, and it is quite costly for the small business. So next one is the pros. How about the pros? So the pros, there are 3 pros, which is the first one is integration, as the surface and the outlook of it is related to all type of Microsoft. Next, dependability is continually get enhanced for more relevant features that suit needs for its user. Basically, there are new updates that will help for the new user to adapt it easily. Last but not least is customer support. So customer support is not just limited to that company only. However, it can also used by the partner of the company, or also the consultant, or even the third party that support the service. So that's all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, the first thing that a project management consultant ought to have is a functional organizational chart. This chart greatly helps in maintaining the power in the organization, as it will help to dissolve any dispute related to the construction that happened. Furthermore, it is very important for every construction project to have a capable construction project manager who is in charge of supervising the work progress of their team so that the construction will be able to finish on time. Apart from that, it is also important for the construction companies to have their own software that will help ease the workload and ensuring that the quality of the work will be kept in check. Besides, it is also to have a good site planning management. There are various methods of site management, thus each construction management should choose the best method to adapt into their work environment. That's all from us. Sorry we took longer than we expected, and we hope that everyone stays safe and stay at home. Thank you.